Hello traders, you're welcome once again, and in this particular video we are going to be discussing the Alligator Indicator. Basically we are going to be covering how it works and how you can use it to identify good buy and sell opportunities. So getting right into it, the Alligator is composed of three moving averages. As we can see on the chart, the blue moving average is usually called the jaw, the red moving average is called the teeth, and the green moving average is called the lips. Meanwhile, the jaw is the longest moving average, and it typically is a 13 period SMA. The jaw, being the blue line, typically is a 13 period SMA, while the teeth, which is the green line, the red line, the jaw is the blue, typically 13 SMA, the teeth being the red, typically is the shorter moving average, which is usually at 8 period SMA. This is an 8 SMA, this is a 13 SMA, while the green being the lips is usually a 5 SMA, and the lips is usually the shortest SMA among the three. While the jaw depends on the trend's direction and strength, the jaw being the blue line, while it depends on the trend's direction and strength, the teeth indicates the current market position relative to the strength. This one indicates the direction of the trend and the strength, while this, the red, it indicates the market's current position relative to the trend. Meanwhile, the lips, the green line, it signifies potential changes in market sentiment or the start of a new trend. So basically, these are like the descriptions of each of these lines that composes or that makes up the alligator indicator. Now we are going to be looking at how to interpret the signals given by the alligator indicator. Now, first of all, how do you identify a trend? How to identify a trend is very simple. Once the jaw is below the teeth and the lips, once price is trading above the lips, the teeth and the jaw, with the jaw being under, it signifies an uptrend, as we can see here. However, on the other hand, when the jaw is above the teeth and the lips, with price trading under, it signifies a sell trend or a downward trend. Meanwhile, how to identify the strength of the trend is relative to the distance between each of these lines. While seeing the blue line above the other two means that the trend is downwards, and seeing the blue line below the other two means that the trend is upward. The strength of the trend is usually indicated by these three lines being wide apart. As we can see here, while the lines were wide apart, the trend was quite strong, as you can see, indicated by the length of the candlesticks and the continuous downward movements of the candlesticks. And then for the uptrend, you can see here, as the lines were widening apart, you can see that the uptrend was quite strong. For choppy markets, on the other hand, you will usually see an entanglement of the lines. As you can see here, this entanglement shows that the market is choppy. This entanglement around here shows the choppy market. So whenever you see this, you might want to wait a bit until the lines begin to widen apart again, either widening towards the downward direction or widening towards the upward direction. When you see the lines begin to widen toward the downward direction, it indicates a sell trend. But when you see the lines begin to widen in the upward direction, it indicates a buy trend. Okay? Now, how do we identify buy signals? How do we know when to buy and when to sell? When you see the lips being the green line cross above the teeth and the jaw, it's a buy signal. When the green line being the lips cross above the teeth and the jaw, it's a buy signal. So here, using this as an example, once we had that bullish crossover, the crossover completed around here because the lips first of all crossed over the teeth around here and finally above the jaw around here. Then we would have picked a buy trade here, and then a good place to set stop loss can be below the swing low, somewhere around here, and then a good place to set your take profit can be at the nearest resistance. However, an exit signal can be when you see the lips cross below the teeth and the jaw. That is the opposite to the buy signal. When you see an opposing signal to the buy signal, it could be an indication to exit your buy trade, and we would have exited our buy trade somewhere around here after the lips crossed below the teeth and the jaw. So if we had entered a buy trade somewhere here and exited somewhere here, we would have caught about 470 pips. Okay, that's going to be a good catch. Now let us look for a sell example. Now for a sell example, remember that the signal is when the green line or the lips crosses below the teeth and the jaw. That is our sell signal. Once the green line being the lips crosses below the teeth and the jaw, we have a sell signal. So we could have considered entering a sell trade right about here, and then a good place to set your stop loss can be right above the swing high, just after the swing high. It doesn't have to be so much far away from it. You can set your stop loss around here, and then your take profit can be at the next support level, or we can wait for an opposing signal from the alligator indicator. So had it been we had entered the sell trade around here right after this bearish crossover and then exited our trade after the lips crossed above the teeth and the jaw, it means we would have caught about, let us see, right around here, we would have caught somewhere around 167 pips. Okay, so this is how the alligator indicator works. Remember that the wider apart the lines are, the stronger the trend. But when you begin to see the lines tangle like this place, then it means that the market is likely going to range or consolidate. So whenever you see an entanglement, you might want to wait for a breakout, or in this case, you might want to wait for the alligator lines to begin to widen apart clearly before you enter your buy or sell trade, depending on the direction of the alligator indicator widening. So if it is widening in the bullish direction, then you can enter a buy trade. On the other hand, if it begins to widen in the bearish direction, then somewhere like this, then you can enter a sell trade. Remember that you can also use other indicators for confirmation of your exit signals and even your entry signals. You can use other indicators to confirm your take profit and stop loss levels. And you can also use price action, you can use the support and resistance lines, you can use trend lines as well as extra confirmation in addition to what the alligator indicator tells you. So that is basically how the alligator indicator functions. I hope you found this video insightful. Kindly like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more trading insights. Cheers and happy trading.